Hi, I'm Giselle, and today I'm going to be talking about the cell theory of prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So let's go to the cell theory first. Now we have three major things that are composed of the cell theory. The first thing we have is that all living organisms are made of cells. So we're made of cells, animals are made of cells, plants are made of cells, just everything's made out of cells. Well, all living things. Okay, so then number two is the smallest living organisms are single cell organisms. These can include protists or bacteria that can be single cell. We also have number three, which is all cells arise from pre-existing cells. So we all come from a common ancestor. There's the first cell started, and then from that cell it developed into many types of category of cells. So now I'm going to go into the two basic kinds of cells, which are our prokaryotic cells and our eukaryotic cells. These are the two. These are pretty much the basic, all basic, just dividing them into two. These are the two that are made of. So we have a prokaryotic cell, and prokaryotic cells belong to the kingdom of bacteria and archaeobacteria. Okay, and these are generally bacteria, which is right there. We have, they have the DNA area, which is called a nucleoid region. They also have flagella, ribosomes, and a cell membrane. Now, the difference between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells is that, well, let me go over it. Let me label these really quick and then I'll explain it. So we have a nucleus. And then we have a cell membrane / a cell wall. And we have membrane bound organelles. Okay, so the main difference is that generally prokaryotic cells are larger in size versus animal cells. Animal cells have membrane-bound organelles. And I'll get into more detail in the next video, but they have these organelles called the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria. Plant cells have chloroplasts. They can also sometimes have a cell wall, and that's generally in plant cells as well. And they have a nucleus, which is, I would think, the biggest thing is that they have a nucleoid region, which is where the DNA is contained, but there's no membrane really around it. Versus the nucleus has a membrane, and they have a specific area where they store their DNA. They both have ribosomes, which are right here, and they both have DNA. So let me write that. So both of them have DNA. They both have ribosomes. And they both have a membrane. They also may have, oh, I didn't label that here, this is flagella as well. And flagella is used, it's just the movement of the cell. They use this to motor themselves into different areas and stuff. So let me label that. Oh, you can't see it right there. So flagella as well. So that's the main difference between them. Are both cells, and they both have DNA, ribosomes, membranes, and flagella. So that's about it. So that wraps it all up with the cell theory of prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells.